Hey, good morning, everyone. So good to see all of you back in the session today. If you're able to hear me, quickly confirm by typing yes in the chat window. Because today there seems to be a glitch with the webcam in my laptop. So you will not be able to see me, but that's fine. So quickly confirm that you're able to hear me by typing yes in the chat window. And as usual, please ensure that you are ready with a notebook and a pen so that you can take notes during the session. Now, last Sunday, we did the first orientation class, and today is the second orientation, right? Now, as we already informed you, the RA services, research analyst services that you are subscribed for, the service would actually start from the 1st July, which is what we have informed you through the email. However, until 1st July, we are giving you an opportunity to access the recommendations from us so that you get habituated, you get into the habit of understanding these recommendations and also placing orders accordingly. So that is the purpose of these recommendations you have access to for the next 1 week as well. Remember, your package would actually start from the 1st July. Okay, so to start off, last week we discussed how to interpret and use the inputs that we provide for intraday index, particularly with a focus on Nifty. We have done that. And those of you who have subscribed for the intraday package, IMI package, right? IMI index particularly, or IMI both. Last week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all the 3 days, we gave you access to a sample set of recommendations through the WhatsApp community that we created. Now, incidentally, on Tuesday last week, the Indian government announced that they are temporarily suspending Telegram channels, Telegram app, until tomorrow, that is the 22nd June. So though our recommendations actually will be made available through Telegram, because of this temporary decision taken by the Indian government in the context of the NEET exam being conducted today, we had to quickly create a WhatsApp community and we added access to those of you who have subscribed for the intraday package, particularly index package. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday last week, we gave you access to a sample set of recommendations. These are just a sample set of recommendations for Nifty intraday futures. And the purpose is to help you get habituated to interpreting these recommendations and start understanding how to place the orders. Sorry, right? And last week, after the Sunday class, on Monday, we also conducted in smaller groups the orientation for understanding various types of orders. And I'm sure all of you must have attended those sessions wherein we had explained, my colleague Shailaja who has conducted the sessions has explained the different types of orders like the bracket order, cover order, market order, limit order, SL, that is stop loss order, SLM, stop loss market order. And we had also explained to you when to use and how to use each of these orders. Of course, why we have to use these orders, we have not discussed because that's not needed anyway. Sometime in the future, we'll have a lengthy discussion on that. But whatever is needed for you to understand which type of order to use is what we have explained to you during those orientation sessions conducted on Monday. However, in the last 3 to 5 days, we still have seen that some of you are not at thorough with deciding which type of orders to use for which instrument, for which asset. Because we have received calls from some of you saying you're not sure whether you should use limit order or SLM order for entry, for exit. So I can understand those of you who are not acquainted with these types of orders, you have to put in effort to thoroughly get acquainted. Because if you do not know which order type to be used, even if you get excellent recommendations from us, you still might end up making losses because you're not using the right order. Please understand this carefully, right? I know 1-2 of you have rang us up saying you made losses because you could not understand. You're not aware which order type to use and you use the wrong order type. That will also result in losses. Understand this carefully. Learning how to drive a car alone is not enough. You should also understand the traffic rules. Otherwise, you still can meet with an accident, isn't it? Many people know how to drive the car. However, some of them do not follow the traffic rules, and that's why they meet with an accident. Likewise, in the stock markets also, understanding how to use the recommendations we provide definitely is one thing. But in addition to that, you should also know, you should also be aware of the traffic rules. That means which order type to use in which scenario. And unless you know that, you will definitely end up making losses. And just for information, as you know, those of you are part of the WhatsApp community for index futures intraday that we created. And we gave you access to sample recommendations for the last 3 days. First day and second day, we had excellent trades. In fact, first day, we had 2 trades. One on the long side, one on the short side. That is on Wednesday. One long trade, one short trade. Both of them met the targets. The next day, that is on Thursday, we had one stop loss that got hit. And then we had one target which got hit on the short side. And T2, that is target 2, second target also got hit on the long side. Excellent trades both the days. Yesterday, when I say yesterday, that's on Friday, right? The third day, Friday, everything was going smooth until 3 o'clock. And as you see on the screen, 3 o'clock, this huge candle got formed. The range of this candle is almost 110 points, which is very high for Nifty, because Nifty in a day, it moves 110, 100 points, 80 points, 100 points, right? 110 points in one single candle is a rare occurrence, and that resulted in stop loss being hit. But that's fine. Stop loss is part of the game, right? Now, another important thing, as we discussed last week, stop loss is compulsory. Stop loss is there so that it can prevent us getting into higher losses. That itself should tell you that there will always be scenarios where stop loss will be hit. Any strategy in the world, stop loss is part of it. However, our methods that we use will help to reduce the stop losses getting hit. Now, where do you apply stop loss? We already mentioned many times earlier, and I'm re-clarifying now. The recent swing high is usually the stop loss, always. Recent swing high. What does it mean? For example, if you have taken a trade, let me give you an example for that. I am drawing a line for you to understand. Let us assume you decided to go long. That means you wanted to take a buy trade here at the point where I have drawn the line just now, 24,050, and I'm showing you 17th June. Assuming that we decided to take a long trade here when the market crosses this line, right? Now, how do you know this value 24,050? Remember, every day before 9:20, within the first 5 minutes, we are giving you the levels. We are giving you a level saying buy above this level. That means if the market crosses this level, you have to buy. Market goes below this level, you have to sell. That means short trade. So immediately what you do, you draw both the lines. One line for the buy level, one line for the sell level, like this. Understood? So assuming these are the two levels that we have given you, 24,050 and 23,981. You draw both the lines on the screen, right? And you wait until a candle closes or a candle touches. Usually, we use a buffer. Now, in the case of Nifty, when you are trading with Nifty futures, 3 to 5 points, 3 points to 5 points is the buffer that we recommend. Maximum is 10 points. However, when the target itself is 30 points, and we always focus all the recommendations we provide for Nifty, we'll focus on ensuring a minimum of 30 points target. So if the target itself is 30 points, it doesn't make sense to have a buffer of 10 points because the 10 points will eat away into profits. In such a case, you might want to use a buffer of 3 to 5 points, either for a long trade or for a short trade also. Keep that in mind. So if you're taking a long trade on this candle, the green candle that you see here, which has crossed the upper line, if you're getting into a long position there, now the question is, where do you apply the stop loss? Ideally, your stop loss should be applied at the bottom line. However, if you think that's too high a stop loss, you can choose to apply the stop loss at the recent swing low, which is the low of the second candle here. The 920 candle here, low of that candle will be this swing low. Understood that? Similarly, if you plan to get into, let us say, a short trade, and I'm just moving it here for you to understand. If you decide to get into a short trade based on the lower line, so you notice this candle has crossed this lower line, which means your short trade will be triggered there. Now the question is, where do you apply the stop loss? Ideally, you should apply the stop loss at the upper line, right? Which is almost, the difference here is 54 points. That is acceptable for Nifty. However, if you think you cannot bear such a loss of 50 points, then you have to apply the stop loss at the swing high, because this is a short trade. Recent swing high means it will be this high of this first candle. That is how you decide the stop loss every time. Now, stop loss is completely decided based on the rules that we share or based on your ability to absorb the losses. Got it? Now, for any of this, if you still are not clear about where to apply stop loss or how to interpret the levels that we are sharing with you, my recommendation is feel free to request for a one-to-one Zoom call. We'll be more than happy to get into a Zoom call with you one-to-one, and we'll show you with examples how to apply stop loss, how to place the buy order, how to place the sell order, how to exit, how to place the bracket order, how to use the limit order, or how to use the SLM order. All that we will explain to you. Don't worry at all. Is that understood? We are here to support you. Keep that always in mind. My only request is, do not rush to get into trading without becoming thorough with all these types of orders and applying stop loss. There is enough time. The market will not go anywhere. Market will remain forever. So my recommendation is, first get thoroughly acquainted with the different types of orders, how to place the orders, how to exit, how to book profits, how to apply the stop loss, all that you have to understand. If you're not clear about that, as I said, feel free to request for a one-to-one Zoom call. Either me or one of my colleagues will get into a Zoom call with you. We will give you complete orientation. Don't worry at all. And that's exactly why we said your actual service, RA service that you are subscribed for with us, it will start from the 1st July. Until that time, we are giving you an opportunity to access the sample recommendation so that you understand how to interpret, how to place orders. Is that clear for all? If you have understood this, that you should not get into trading unless you understood the order types and unless you understood how to place the orders along with stop loss, you should not get into trading. If you understood that, type US in the chat window. Type US for understood. Quickly do that. US for understood. I want all of you to respond, please. Good. Some of you are still yet to respond. Many of you I can see have already responded. The screen is scrolling up very fast with the US, etc. Good. Some of you are still yet to respond. Those of you not yet responded, please type US in the chat window if you have understood this. It doesn't matter spending another 1 week time or 3 to 4 days time. Even if you required another 10 days time to first understand and learn all this before you start trading. Right? Good. So last week, we have logged into the Zerodha account and I've shown you what is the amount of capital needed for one lot of Nifty futures, isn't it? Let us do that once again. I'm going to take you to Zerodha interface now. So as you see, we are looking at Zerodha account. And I have here on the screen Nifty 23rd June, 24,000 CE and 20,000 PE. They are options. Now let me quickly take you to, this one. Nifty June futures, Bank Nifty June futures. So as you know, futures have the monthly expiry. So here, if I click on the buy button, this is the screen that comes up, which is what we have seen last week also. And you notice here, there are two choices that you have to decide out of. One is intraday, second is overnight. Overnight means whatever positions you take can be carried forward for the next day also. But intraday means the same day by 350 to by 320 maximum, the position has to be closed. That's the meaning of intraday. So when you're doing intraday trading, always ensure that you're chosen the right option intraday, right? Of course, you can still choose overnight. Even if you choose overnight, you can still choose to close it by 320. That is your choice. You have the option. But if you do not close it after choosing overnight, the position will be carried forward for next day. So, because the recommendations that we have discussed and we gave you access to last 3 days was for intraday, you should have chosen intraday. And this is the quantity. Nifty lot size is 65, as we already said. So the minimum is one lot, which is what is shown here, one lot. Notice this. And one lot means 65 contracts, futures contracts. And you cannot make this 66 or 70, etc. It has to be multiples of 65. So it has to be 130, right? Or 195. 130 means 2 lots. Correct? 195, 3 lots. 260, 4 lots. So as you keep entering that, you will see here, this is 4 lots. Now, until you are able to see profits consistently for at least 2 to 3 months, do not increase the lot size. Start with only one lot. Got it? Only after you are able to experience and see profits consistently for 3 months at least, then only you should plan to increase the lot size. Otherwise, don't. Now, the capital required is shown here, 1,78,000. This is for one lot of Nifty. And the charges are 90 rupees. This is for buying. Now, if you want to sell, you click on the sell button. That means for a short trade. Again, lot size is same. You have to choose intraday and the required capital is 1,77,000. But the charges are 841 rupees. See here. The charges are 841 rupees for one lot of Nifty to do shorting. Keep that in mind. Right? Likewise, for Bank Nifty futures also, if you want to buy, we need approximately 2 lakh, 1,99,755 plus 98 rupees. And if you want to sell, you can click on that sell button here, or alternately in the buy screen, you have a button that you can toggle. If I toggle this, it becomes a sell order. Toggle means clicking on it. It turns to red color. It means you are in the screen where you can place the sell order, short order. So Bank Nifty, we know the lot size is 30. So you can only do trading with multiples of 30. And for selling, for shorting Bank Nifty, the capital needed, as you see, 1,98,489 plus the charges are 930 rupees for one lot. Look at that. Clear? Now this is about Nifty futures, Bank Nifty futures. Last week, we had given you access to the Nifty futures recommendations, and I'm sure you already understood. As I said, if you still have any doubts regarding that, you can either ask your doubts now, and if you still want, send a request email requesting for a one-to-one Zoom call support, right? Tomorrow or day after, my team will set up the Zoom call with you. Now, since we understood futures, this Wednesday onwards, the coming Wednesday, we are going to start giving you access to the other set of recommendations also. So what are they? Let me explain by listing out on the screen. For that, let us go to this interface. Hang on. Alternately, I think I will use a Word document. Just give me a minute. Yeah. So I guess you are able to see the screen now. I'm showing you a Word document. Right. Now, intraday, as you know, we have the intraday market intelligence package, which is called the IMI. This is one of the research analyst package services that we offer, IMI. Within this, you have index, you have equity, and you can choose both. That's what some of you have already signed up for. Then we have swing market intelligence report, which is the SMI. Within that, again, we have index, we have equity, and we have both. And when you combine both of them, we are calling it as the comprehensive market intelligence, which is CMI. So within that, again, we have the index, we have the equity, and you can choose both. Many of you, in fact, have signed up for the comprehensive market intelligence package, CMI package with both index and equity. Even this week, you can still choose to upgrade your package to CMI if you want to. Because only from 1st July, your packages would start. This week also, we are giving an opportunity to experience the other recommendations. Now, when we talk about index, within index, we have Nifty and we have Bank Nifty. Right? We have Nifty plus Bank Nifty. And for Nifty and Bank Nifty as well, we are giving you recommendations for futures plus options also. Futures as well as options. Got it? Out of this, futures and options, let me list out like this, futures and options. So which means we'll be giving, if I want to list out all of them individually, Nifty futures, Nifty options, Bank Nifty futures, Bank Nifty options. Right? This is what you would receive. Now, last week, we already started giving you access to the recommendations of Nifty futures. Already started. Now, this Wednesday, that is from the 24th June, right? Wednesday, 24th June, we will be starting Nifty options also. We will be starting recommendations for Nifty options also within the same community. But by Wednesday, because Telegram will be activated, we'll be adding you to Telegram. Right? Now, Bank Nifty futures also we are starting from Wednesday, 24th June. Bank Nifty options also we plan to start by Wednesday, 24th June. Right? So that next week for 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and also the next week, Monday, Tuesday, you will continue to experience the recommendations for all of this. So that by 1st July, you are ready to start trading with these recommendations. Now coming to intraday equity. Intraday equity. Equity means stocks. So we are giving you stocks for intraday. This will also start from 24th June, Wednesday. Wednesday, 24th June. There's a separate community that we are creating on Telegram. It's already created. Tomorrow or day after, you will be added to that. Those of you are subscribed to Intraday Equity, you will be added to that community. Recommendations will start from Wednesday, 24th June. Similarly, stock futures. Stock futures. Now, based on the recommendations we are giving you for stocks, you can choose to trade with stock futures also. You do not need separate recommendations for stock futures. Right? The same recommendation that you receive for stock. For example, if we say Alchem or Dr. Reddy's, buy above this level, sell below this level. When the levels are met, you can choose to trade with stock. You can choose to trade with stock futures also. That's your choice. Got it? And for both, it's nothing but a combination of the above two. So those of you signed up for IMI both, you will be added to both these communities. Index IMI as well as equity IMI. Is that clear? If you have any questions regarding this, you can ask me now. Now, we do not recommend doing equity, that is stock options now, at least for the next 3 months. We do not have plans to provide recommendations for stock options. It has not been part of the packages we have offered you. And we do not recommend that for the next 3 months also. Right? Narayana is asking, is there any reason behind different amounts of brokerage for buy and sell? Yeah, because sellers have a higher risk, right? They're expected to pay more charges. Buyers relatively have a lower risk, right? Default risk is high for sellers. Got it? Over the last 1.5 year, 2 years, many times we have discussed that. So even if not understood that now, do not worry. Sometime in the future, we'll do that. Got it, Narayana? Now, the next thing is, yeah, I was saying, any questions you have regarding this IMI packages, you can ask me now. IMI stands for Intraday Market Intelligence. Already we started giving you access to Nifty futures last week. And I'm saying Nifty options, Bank Nifty futures, Bank Nifty options, all of that will start from this Wednesday, 24th June. Today I'll explain with an example, Nifty options. Futures you already know. One example with Nifty options I'll explain today after we complete this discussion. Similarly, IMI equity also, we are starting to give you access to the recommendations from this Wednesday, 24th June. Based on the recommendations you receive for the stock, you can choose to trade with the futures of the same stock, either long or short. And both means, sorry, if you're subscribed to both this index and equity, you'll be added to both the groups. Got it? No questions, type NQ in the chat window. If there are no questions on this IMI, type NQ in the chat window. If there are any questions, feel free to ask me. Meanwhile, we'll go on to the next one, which is swing market intelligence. Swing. So in swing again, we have index as well as equity, isn't it? Let me highlight this so that it is clear as to the classification and the package names. Yeah. Now looking at index. Again in swing, in index, Nifty, futures, Bank Nifty futures. We do not recommend swing trading with index options immediately. That has also not been part of the package we offered you. Sometime 3 months from now, if we decide to include it, you will anyway get access. So what is the meaning of swing? It is overnight. You buy today and then maybe sell, not same day, but sell after 1 or 3 days, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, even 1 week later, 10 days later, 3 weeks later, all that is swing. Right? Sorry. And for Nifty futures and Bank Nifty futures, those of you are subscribed for the swing SMI package for index, you will be receiving access to this tomorrow itself. Tomorrow, that means Monday, 22nd June. Bank Nifty futures swing also you'll receive Monday, 22nd June. We are creating one more. I think it's already created a separate channel or Telegram exclusively for swing market intelligence index. And if you are subscribed to that, you will be added to that. Tomorrow itself, you will see, maybe tonight or tomorrow, you will see the first recommendation for swing trading of Nifty futures and Bank Nifty futures. We give you exact levels. We give you the target. Got it? And then coming to equity. Equity means stock and also stock futures. We'll be giving you recommendations clearly for the stock. Based on that, you can choose to trade with stock futures also. The same recommendation is valid for stock futures. So this will be starting again from Wednesday, 24th June. And if you have chosen both, if you are subscribed for both, you will anyway get access to both of them. You'll be added to both these groups. Got it? And again, today, before we complete the session, I'll give you an example of Nifty futures for swing trading, and we will discuss an example. That is about swing market intelligence. Now, some of you, in fact, most of you, majority of you, have signed up for the comprehensive market intelligence CMI package, which means you will get access to, for example, if you have chosen CMI index, you will be added to both these groups. What are they? IMI index and SMI index. You will be added to both those groups. IMI index and SMI index. That becomes CMI index. Similarly, if you subscribe to CMI equity, you will be added to IMI equity and also SMI equity. Got it? And if you have subscribed to CMI both, which is what I said, most of you have already subscribed to CMI, the combo offer both, CMI index plus equity, you will be added to all these channels, right? You'll be added to IMI index, you'll be added to IMI equity, you'll be added to SMI index, you'll be added to SMI equity. All four you will be added to. And all this will be done before Wednesday. Probably tomorrow itself we will add you to all of them according to the package you are subscribed to. I hope this is all clear for all of you. Right? Any questions you can ask me now. Now I see one question. Narayana is asking, Nifty futures versus Bank Nifty futures, which is relatively more profitable with similar risk and stop loss? Both of them are almost the same, Narayana. Not much of a difference. In fact, if you have noticed, Nifty investment needed is approximately 1.8 lakh. Bank Nifty, you will need approximately 2 lakh. Right? And the profitability is more or less similar. The risk involved is more or less similar, not much of a difference. Next question is from Funny. Is asking, what about stock? How much investment? We'll discuss that, Funny. I'll explain now. I'll explain all that now. Okay. So now, because I see no other questions, Nifty futures and Bank Nifty futures, we already understood the investment needed. Nifty futures, investment needed, let me write it below here, it will be clear. Investment needed per lot is approximately 1.8 lakh. We recommend to have at least 2 lakh in the account. Same is the case with Bank Nifty futures also. Investment needed per lot is rupees 2 lakh is anywhere needed. So we would recommend 2.25 lakh to have in your account. Got it? Now let us look at Nifty options and Bank Nifty options. Remember, lot size for Nifty is 65. Lot size for Nifty is 65. Whereas lot size for Bank Nifty is 30. Lot size is 30. Got it? In the case of futures and options, we have this concept of lot size. In the case of futures and options, we have the concept of lot size. In the case of equity, there's no lot size. That's your choice completely. Understood? Now, let us look at Nifty options trading. And then we'll also look at Bank Nifty options trading, because starting from this Wednesday, you'll start receiving access to those recommendations. Right? Now, what is the meaning of options and how do we trade with them? If you have not traded with options earlier, my recommendation is first, for a month or two, avoid trading with options, trade with only futures or equity. Once you are comfortable with placing orders, then decide to get into options. It's not compulsory to get into all of this. Please understand that. Now, if you look at options trading, just like we have stocks, we have futures, options are also an asset class that are available for us to either buy or sell. And there are two types of options. To understand, let us look at Nifty options now. I'm going to show you Nifty options. See on the screen, we're able to see Nifty options. On the left side, you have the call options. On the right side, you have the put options. Call option is denoted as CE. Put option is denoted as PE. For every option, there will be a strike price. The strike price is shown here in the middle. 23,800, 23,850, 23,900, 23,950, 24,000, etc., etc., etc. And the line that is drawn here indicates the current market price of Nifty. This is where Nifty is currently closed Friday. And at the top, you see the expiry dates. For Nifty options, we have weekly expiry. For futures, we have monthly expiry. Bank Nifty and also Nifty futures, we have monthly expiry. But for Nifty options, we have weekly expiry. Every Tuesday is an expiry. If Tuesday is a holiday for some reason, Monday will be the expiry. So you notice here, currently, the coming Tuesday, 23rd June is the next expiry. After that, we have 30th June, 7th July, 14th July, 21st July, 28th July. Like this, we have various expiries. Every Tuesday is an expiry for Nifty options. Got it? Now, we always trade with the current week expiry. Like in the case of futures, we take the current month expiry. In the case of options, we trade with the current week expiry. Whatever is the current week, whatever is the option expiry running now, that means 23rd June is our focus for today. Until this Monday, even on Tuesday, we trade with 23rd June. From Wednesday, we will look at 30th June because 23rd June will not be available after Tuesday this week. Tuesday is 23rd June. Once that expires, this date will be removed from here. You will only see 30th June. Got it? So always trade with the current week expiry is what we are saying. Now, in the case of Bank Nifty options, it is again monthly expiry, not weekly. Only Nifty options is weekly. Keep that in mind. So one thing you should know is which strike price to take, because based on the strike price that you choose, it will be decided whether you will end up making profit or loss. Choosing the right strike price is very important. So strike price will give you in the morning itself by 9:20. In fact, before 9:20 itself, you will get to know the strike price, which strike price you have to choose. For example, let us say, I'll just take an example. Let's say for 17th, I'm just taking last week example. 17th was which day? Wednesday. For 17th, let us say we gave you strike price of 24,000. I'm just taking example. Let us assume that we gave you strike price of 24,000, right? And you will receive a recommendation like this. Let me show you on the screen. The recommendation you get from us will look like this. Let me pull out this. Yeah, I'm right here. Where is this going? Let me check. Yeah. So let me take you to the Word document so that I can write and show you. Okay. I'm showing you a sample recommendation you will get from us for Nifty options and also Bank Nifty options. Before 9:20, in the first 5 minutes of the market, before 9:20 a.m., we'll give you the strike price. We'll also give you the buy above level and sell below level. So the recommendation will look like this. We'll say strike price 24,000 and we'll say buy above, let's say 210, sell below 150, or let's say 152. Example. This is what you will receive from us in the morning. This is what you will receive from us in the morning. And it will clearly say Nifty strike price 24,000, buy above 210, sell below 152. Now the question is whether you should trade with call option or put option. That you will not receive at 9:20 in the morning. You will only receive the strike price. You will receive the levels. So what do? In your trading account, you have to add the call option for 24,000 strike price. You should also add the put option for 24,000 strike price. Add both call and put and keep them ready. How do you add that? Let me show you. How do you add that? Let me show you. I'm taking you to Zerodha account. See here. In Zerodha, yeah, here, search with Nifty and the strike price. Strike price we gave is 24,000. So search with Nifty 24,000. The moment you search with Nifty 24,000, as you see on the screen, you will see a huge list of items. Out of them, you have to check for the current week expiry. Current week is 23rd June, right? This coming Tuesday. And you have here CE and PE, both CE, 24,000 CE, 24,000 PE. You have to just add them in your account. Add CE, add PE. That is all. Nothing else to be done. That is all you have to do. And once you add, you see both of them here. Notice this is Nifty 23rd June 24,000 CE, Nifty 23rd June 24,000 PE. Both are available here, right? And you wait until you get the confirmation from us whether you should buy CE or buy PE. Now we are assuming that most of you are option buyers. Some of you, maybe 1-2 of you, could also be option sellers. In that case, you will decide to sell the call option or put option, your choice. However, we give recommendations keeping in mind the buyers. And if you are a seller of options, you will take the opposite trade. You know what to do, right? Only expensive people becomes option sellers. And if you're an option seller, you already know what is the opposite trade when asked you to buy an option. I'll explain with an example. So is this part understood? How do you know which strike price? We are telling you the strike price. When are we telling the strike price? In the morning itself, by 9:17, 9:18, in the first 5 minutes of the market itself, we'll tell you that. Which strike price? Understood? And by 9:21 or 9:22, we will give you the levels also. So in the case of the example I've shown you just now, what are the levels that we have given you? Levels means the price value. See here, buy above 210, sell below 152. These are the levels we have given you. Strike price is already known before 920. You add the call option and also put option for the strike price in your account. Keep them ready so that it's easy to place the orders. And then we are saying we'll give you the levels in the next 5 minutes time. Within the next 5 minutes by 222, 223, maximum by before 225, you will receive this. So buy above 210, sell below 152. What do we do? In your trading account, whichever broker you're using, does not matter. You have to draw the lines. One line for 210, one line for 152 price. You have to draw both these lines on the call option chart and also put option chart. Right? Got it? So let me show you how to do that. See here. This is the interface we have discussed earlier. Call option, put option, both are added here. See, I know for many of you who are already experienced, these are all very, very, very absolute basics. But that is fine. Keeping in mind, some of you who are not experienced, I'm explaining this. So those of you are already experienced, please bear with me. So we have added the call option, put option. And if I click on the chart for call option, this is the chart that you see. You're able to see the chart here. Notice? Got it? You're able to see the chart here, correct? Now you have to draw the lines, two lines at those values. 210 one line, 152 other line. So here you have the line that you can choose and draw, horizontal line. Select and just click on it. And it has to be 210. So under coordinates, enter 210, the value that we gave you. Right? That is the level we gave you, 210. So 210 is the level you have drawn. And the other level we gave you, example, is 152. So you will draw one more line. Use the coordinates 152. Right? For the sake of understanding, I will change this bottom line to red color so that we know if the market goes below the red color, then you have to take a short trade. If it goes above the blue color, you have to take a long trade. Instead of blue, you can also choose to use green color. That's your choice, whichever you are comfortable with. Is that clear? This is how you have to draw the lines and keep them ready. You have to draw the lines on the call option chart and also put option chart. This is call option. Now, if I click on the put option chart, this is the put option. We are looking at 17th June. So again, I have to draw the lines here. So one line, 210, right? It has gone above there. See here, that is the line. Second line at 152. And that should be a red line, as we know. See that? This is how you have to draw the lines and keep them ready. Is this part understood? Now, instead of what we have done here is two separate charts. This is for call and this is for put we have drawn. Instead of that, in every broker account, you have the option to pop out the chart. In Zerodha, on the chart extreme right side, you have the pop out option. If you click on this, the chart will come out completely. Let me show you that interface. It will open in a different tab, in a different window. It will appear like this. This is how it will appear. Right? The same Nifty 23rd June 24,000 call option is here. The advantage with this is, what is the advantage with this? The advantage is that when you pop out the chart, you get a complete full screen window. Second advantage, here itself, if you click on the square symbol at the top right hand, layout setup, something on layout, you click on this and choose either the vertical or horizontal. I prefer the horizontal. You'll get two screens here. One you can use for call option. The second one, click, you can use for put option. So that both the option charts can be seen in the same window. So that you don't have to worry about shifting the screens to look at both the charts. Both charts are visible now. Is that understood? Now let us draw the lines here for both of them. You can choose to draw the lines for both of them. Is that clear? Any questions? You can ask me. Any question, you can ask me. Default will be like this. You can click on the small arrow so that that window will be closed. It will become full screen. Almost every broker will have this facility to pop out the chart as a full screen. Clear? Understood? Any questions, you can ask me. If you understood, quickly type US, understood, US in the chat window, and we'll proceed. If you have any questions, you can choose to ask me. Yeah. Okay. Now Ram Kumar is asking how to get the trading view page for options. So I'll show you now, but my recommendation, Ram Kumar, and for everyone, we have already given you access to a course called TradingView Demystified, a complete course wherein I have explained step by step all the features inside TradingView. Please watch that course. But for now, to understand, you click on this Nifty name here, and then in the choices you see on the screen, last one that you see is options. We have futures, we have stock, we have funds, we have forex, crypto, indices, bonds, economy. Choose options. After choosing options, you will see Nifty 50, Nifty Bank, this Bank Nifty, Midcap Nifty, Financial Nifty, etc. Choose Nifty. And then you will see call options, put options, all of them you see here, along with the expiry dates. And because I said 24,000, you will scroll down until you see 24,000. This is the call option. I can click on the call option and automatically you will see the call option screen here. Understood? This is the call option chart. Now, just like in the broker account, even on TradingView, we have we have the provision to change the layout into two screens. So I can go here and say like this. Two screens will be visible. What's the advantage? In the same screen, I can have the call option chart and also put option chart. For example, here I have the call option chart for 17th June. And here I have the put option chart for 17th June. Right? This is call option chart at the top. This is the put option. See here, this is put and this is call. Understood? This is 24,000. This is also 24,000. Now, the advantage of having like this is that we can draw the levels on the screen and keep them ready. For example, levels we know, one is 210. Example that I've given you, green color. Similarly, here also I have to draw 210, the same green color. And the second level is 152, which is red color, so that we know we have to short below that level. So you notice here at the top, see here, the two lines have appeared, green and red. Similarly, for the put option chart also, we can choose to draw the lines. This is 152. So every time you get two levels, whether it is Nifty futures or whether it is stocks or stock futures or bank Nifty options futures, we'll give you two levels. One level to buy above, one level to sell below. Buy above means you take a long trade. Sell below means you have to take a short trade. That's the meaning. Is that clear for all? Just for you to understand, I'm showing you this. Now, in the case of options trading, just draw the levels and keep them ready. Do not take a trade. Do not take a trade when the levels are crossed until we tell you. Very, very, very important. Guys, pay attention. Do not take a trade. In the case of options, this is mandatory. Do not take a trade unless we tell you. Do not take a trade when the market crosses these levels. Wait until we give you the recommendation. Very, very important for options. So just draw the lines and keep waiting. Right? Take the trade only when we tell you to do so. We'll tell you clearly, buy call option or buy put option. One of these we will tell you. Now, if you are not a buyer of options, if you are a seller of an option, maybe one or two of you, I know you are sellers, you're option sellers. In your case, whenever we say buy, you look for sell. Yeah, look for the sell trade. So it's very important in the case of options. Do not take the trade immediately when the market crosses above or crosses below these levels. Wait until we give you the recommendation. Take the trade only when we tell you to do so. So we will tell you clearly, buy call option. Now, when we say buy call option, you already know the level at what price you have to buy. So immediately you will place the order, the buy order for 210 rupees. Is that understood? Got it? We will be giving only buy recommendations for options because we know most of your option buyers, one or two of your option sellers. When we give a recommendation for buy call option, right? Buying a call option is similar to selling a put option. So if you're a seller on option, you know you have to look for selling the put option. Automatically you will do that. But we will be giving you recommendation for buying of options. Buy a call option. So this week, once you try following our recommendations, you will get thorough with this. That's the reason why this week also we are asking you to get experienced with this. Now the question is, how much investment will be needed? How much investment will be needed? Now Lingmurthy is asking, is there any buffer needed? Now in this case, there is no buffer needed. Please understand, in the case of options, there is no buffer needed. Whatever levels we give you, that become the entry points. Stop loss will be the recent swing low, swing high, as usual. Now, how much investment will be needed for options trading? Let us go and see in Zerodha. Let's see that in Zerodha. Yeah, so we are now in Zerodha again. If you notice here, we have the call option, we have the put option, both are added. If I click on buy this call option, you will see the buy screen. As we know, Nifty lot size is 65. And for one lot of Nifty options trading, your investment needed, as you notice, is 7,800. So approximately. So this is less because currently the price is only 120. The option premium is 120. Sometimes it could be 200, 300 also. Usually we would recommend about 20,000 rupees, 25,000 rupees for one lot of Nifty. right? If you want to sell, you need to have 1.8 lakh as a seller. Those of your sellers, you already know that. I don't have to tell you. As a buyer on option, for buying Nifty options, the investment needed is approximately, today it is about 7,800 plus 26 rupees charges. But usually I'm saying it will be in the range of 15,000 to 18,000. So better to have about 20,000 rupees to 25,000 rupees, right, in your account for one lot. So let's document that. Similarly, for Bank Nifty, if even for put option also for buying, you notice here, similar fee will be needed. If you look at Bank Nifty options, let's look at Bank Nifty. And the other day, if you look at Bank Nifty closing price, any of you remember what was Bank Nifty closing price on Friday? Yeah, Bank Nifty closing price on Friday, 57,838. 57,838. So what we will do is we will take here Bank Nifty 57,900, let us take. So Bank Nifty, when you type 57,900, you see here CE and also PE. And because Bank Nifty options have only monthly expiry, they don't have weekly expiry, you will only see June, July, August, etc. So let me add CE and also PE. See here, we added CE and PE also. Bank Nifty call option, if I want to buy, approximately 15,000. Because today it's 460. Sometimes it can go up to even 800 rupees premium. So about 25 to 30,000 rupees is what you need to have in your account for one lot of Bank Nifty. For selling Bank Nifty, you need again around 2 lakh. Same is the case with options also. If you go to options, you will see here. Yeah. So let us document how much investment is needed to trade with options, index options. I hope all of you are following carefully. So here let us make a note. Nifty options, investment needed per lot. We recommend having at least 25,000, 25K in your account, because the lot size is 65. This is only for buyers, right? For sellers, you know, you will need around 2 lakh. Let me also write down here. For option buyers, and for option sellers, the investment needed per lot will be about 2 lakh. Lot size 65. Similarly, for Bank Nifty options, Bank Nifty options, for option buyers, the investment needed per lot will be rupees about 30K, because the lot size is 30. And for option sellers, Bank Nifty option sellers, the investment needed per lot is rupees 2 lakh. So we would recommend that you have at least 2.25 lakh in your account per one lot. And the lot size as usual 30. So I hope all of you understood how much investment is needed to trade with index futures and also index options. If you understood this part, we'll move on to discussion on the investment needed for equity. So quickly type US in the chat window if you understood this. And if you want, feel free to take a screenshot of this. Raman is saying, not clear. What I buy, only I can sell. Kindly clarify. That we have discussed multiple times, Raman. Even in the one-day MMC program, we have discussed the concept of shorting. What I recommend is set up a one-to-one call with us. We'll help you understand the concept of buying and selling. Both are entirely different. You can sell without having already purchased something. That's called shorting. Raman, please confirm you understood what I said just now. If you're not aware of selling, shorting, not only Raman, any of you, if you're not sure of the concept of shorting, right? Request for a one-to-one Zoom call from us. We'll be happy to do that. Okay. And without understanding all this, don't get into the markets. I'm cautioning you again and again. Right. Let us move on to understanding the investment needed. Now, before I do that, Raman is saying short selling. Correct, Raman. It's called short selling. Yeah. So before we get into discussion of equity, let us also look at what could be the profits. Right? What could be the profits? Now, very, very important. All of you have to understand this. I'm just taking example. Let us say with Nifty futures, we are able to book a profit of 30 points. I'm just taking an example, 30 points. Because lot size is 65. 65 into 30, that means you will make 1,950 rupees per lot profit. On how much investment? On almost 2 lakh investment. On an investment of 2 lakh. So if you calculate the profit percentage, it is approximately 1%. This is approximately 1%. That is in the case of Nifty futures. Same is the case in the case of Bank Nifty futures also, approximately 1%. But if you look at options, let us say you still are able to book a profit of 30 points. And because the lot size is 65, 65 into 30, which is again 1,950 rupees profit per lot. But your investment is how much? This is on an investment of how much? 25K, about 20K, approximately 20 to 25K, which means your profit percent, if you calculate, is almost, see, on 20,000, if you're getting 2,000, calculate that, it's almost 10%. So on futures, the profit return could be about 1% per day. With options, it could be about 10% per day. When the losses happen, they also happen proportionately. Futures loss could be 1% a day. Options loss could be 10% a day. Is that understood? Same is the case with Bank Nifty also. Not much of a difference. 1% on futures, about 10% on options. Clear, all of you? So if you understood this 1% and 10%, type P for profit, type P 110, 1 comma 10. That means 1% for futures and 10% for options. That is approximate profit targets we keep in mind when giving you the recommendations. Right? That's approximate profit targets we keep in mind when giving you the recommendations. Yes, Narayanan, we have increased the font size. Right? So my recommendation is you have to decide your own risk-taking ability. We cannot recommend and tell you whether you should trade with options or futures, how much quantity you have to trade with, how much capital you have to invest, how many lots you have to trade with. All that has to be your decision. We cannot play any role in that. Got it? Now coming to equity. Equity means stocks. So let us take the example of a stock called Amber, which gave excellent returns the other day. So again, let us go to Zerodha so that I can show you by adding that equity. Where shall we are looking for an empty screen? Yeah, we can add it here, I guess. So here, I'm just searching for Amber. And the moment I search, you get here Amber, Amber futures, Amber call option, put option. Notice this, once you type a name of a stock, if it is already part of the derivative sector, derivative segment, if it has got futures and options, all that will be shown. But now we are interested in equity, so I'll just add Amber equity. Now again, last week as I already explained, when you search for a stock name, you will see NSE, BSE. Some stocks, most of them listed on both, but we prefer to trade with the NSE. So I've added that NSE. Amber, 7,889 rupees per share. This is per share, for one share. This for one share. You decide how many shares you want to trade with. However, if you're doing intraday equity trading, intraday, and you want to buy, you don't have to invest that 7,889 rupees. See here, one share, you need only about 1,600 rupees, which is approximately 20%. You have to invest only 20%. That means if you really plan to invest that 7,889 rupees, you will actually get 5 shares. If I put in 5 shares, it will come to that 7,889. Notice this. So 1/5 only you have to invest. Your capital that you invest for intraday equity is only 1/5. You decide how many shares you want to trade with. That's completely your decision. We play no role in that. So I'm just taking example of, let us say, 100 shares, which means I need to have actually 100 shares are worth, because one share is 7,889 into 100, it will be 7,88,000. However, because we are doing intraday, you have to invest only about 20% of it, which is 1,60,000. And accordingly, you will decide to place the buy order or the sell order based on the recommendations you receive from us. Understood? So for equity also, you'll receive a similar recommendation saying buy above this level, sell below this level. Quantity you will decide. Stop loss will be your recent swing high, swing low. Targets we will provide you. Understood that? This is for equity. Now, when we give you for equity, you can choose to trade with equity. You can also choose to trade with equity futures, stock futures. That's your choice. Same Amber, June futures, if I add, it is available at 7,868 rupees. Now, you decide whether you want to trade with stocks of that company or futures of that company. What is the difference? If you want to trade with stocks, there's no minimum quantity, there's no lot size. You can trade with 1 stock, 5 stock, 10 stock, 100 stock, your choice. But if you look at futures of a stock, there's a minimum lot size, just like Nifty, Bank Nifty. And for Amber, the minimum lot size is 100. And you will need an investment of 2,72,000. almost 3 lakh rupees you will need. So based on that, you have to decide whether you want to trade with equity or equity futures. Clear? I hope you understood this. Now, any questions on this you can ask me. Equity futures and equity for intraday, any questions you can ask me. If there are no questions, we are done with equity. So what is investment needed? Investment needed depends on your risk profile and capital. However, remember, for intraday, 20% of the stock value is the capital needed. Intraday equity trading. But if you want to trade with stock futures, the investment needed is usually a minimum of, based on the company, it's a minimum of rupees 2 lakh. It can go up to rupees 3 lakh also per lot, and lot size changes. Lot size depends on the futures that you choose. Lot size depends on the futures that you choose. Right? In the case of equity also, our recommendations usually target about 1% profit per day intraday. Right? Raman is asking which is safe. Sir, all of them have a similar risk involved except options. The only thing you have to look at is how much capital is needed. So just give me 1 minute, guys. Hello, guys, can you hear me now? Sorry about that. For a while, I was away from the computer. There was some emergency I had to attend to at home. Sorry about that. So please confirm if you're able to hear me now. Type yes in the chat window so that we can continue. All of you, please type yes in the chat window if you can hear me now. Yeah, okay. Good. So let's continue then. Sorry about the disconnect for a couple of minutes. There was some immediate work I had to attend to. Could not avoid it. Thanks for understanding. Right, guys. So let's proceed now. The next thing, since we understood about intraday, the next thing is the swing market intelligence. And as I said, for index futures, bank nifty futures, tomorrow itself, we will start sending you the recommendations. In fact, today or tomorrow, we will add you, those of you who are subscribed to this, we'll add you to the swing SMI index and also SMI equity. Equity will start from Wednesday, but index will start tomorrow itself. Now, in the case of Nifty, again, as usual, you know the investment needed is almost similar. Investment needed for Nifty futures is almost similar, right? So let me note it down here. Nifty futures investment needed per lot is around 2 lakh rupees. Lot size is 65. Now for swing trading, because this is swing trading, it could take any time. Targets can hit any time from a minimum of 1 day to a maximum of 10 days. Maximum will be 10 days. And we actually target to capture 80 to 100 points in Nifty for swing trading. We plan to, our recommendations are focused on helping you capture 80 to 100 points in Nifty swing trades. So because lot size is 65 into 100, that will be about 6,500, right? And in a month, we provide minimum of 2 swing trades for index. Minimum of 2 swing trades for index in a month. Each time capturing that 80 to 100 points. Let us take 80 only to be on the safe side. Yes. So this will be about 5,200. And because it is 2 trades, 2 into that 5,200, which comes to approximately 10,400, right? $80 to $100 is what we are saying. This is on the lower side. If you take on the higher side, in some months, in some trades, will clearly tell you capture 100 points. Then it will become 6,500 per trade. And that will become 2 into 6,500, which will become almost 13,000 rupees, right? On an investment of about 2 lakh, which is approximately, if you calculate the profit return, profit percent is approximately 6 to 7%, right? 5% to 7% per month is what we are looking at. Our recommendations help to capture that much. Same is the case applicable with bank nifty futures also, right? And for this month, Since we are already on the 21st, we are going to give you one trade tomorrow for Nifty futures and Bank Nifty futures. Tomorrow itself we'll give you both. This is for swing trading. Now coming to equity, it will start from Wednesday, and per week we will give you 8 to 10 stock recommendations. And because this is swing trading, there is no concept of shorting. It is only long trades. 8 to 10 stock recommendations we provide. We give you the list of the stocks. Usually 1 week before we give you that. Every week, 1 day before we give you. But this week we are starting on Wednesday. So probably by Tuesday you will receive that. Right? This week, by Tuesday, you will receive the recommendations for until 30th June. And then from 1st July, that will continue. So what do we provide here? We provide the stock names. We provide the entry price. We provide the targets. Stop loss, you know, is the swing high, swing low, that you will anyway look at the chart and decide. Got it? So any questions on this, you can ask me. So as I said, by tomorrow, we'll be adding you, all of you, to the respective groups that you belong to. Because Telegram is supposed to be active from tomorrow. If it is activated by tomorrow evening by the Indian government, we'll immediately add all of you on Telegram channels, respective channels. In case Telegram gets postponed by a day or two, what we will do is, to be on the safe side, this swing recommendations for index, sorry, we'll send you on your email or on your WhatsApp. We'll send you on email or on WhatsApp tomorrow for Nifty and Bank Nifty swing trades. And because equity is starting by 24th, Wednesday, by the time hopefully Telegram will be active, and we would have added you to the respective Telegram channel, you will receive on Telegram itself. And if Telegram gets delayed, as usual, we'll add you to the WhatsApp group for that, and we'll give you recommendations on that group. And those of you signed up for the CMI index equity, you will accordingly be added to respective channels and groups. Clear? Right? This document will not be shared with you. In every session, whatever I'm explaining, we expect you to take notes. We will not be sharing any documents with you, whatever that we use for documenting our discussion. Right? It is again as per SEBI's instructions. We only will be sharing the recommendations with you, nothing else. Yeah. Thanks for understanding, Raman. However, if you still need assistance, as I said, please get back to us, set up a Zoom call with us. We'll be happy to sit with you on the live call, help you understand anything that you missed out or anything you need more clarity about. Got it, Raman? That's it then. So what I would recommend is, those of you who need assistance further, today itself send a request email to our support mail ID. All of you know our mail ID, support@bcube.in, specifying exact date and time for tomorrow or day after for a Zoom call if you need assistance on a Zoom call. Now, the Zoom calls, usually we do it after the market, not during the market timings. Right? Only after the market we can set up the Zoom call. That is 3:30 onwards in the afternoon. Anytime till 7:30, 8 o'clock in the evening. Beyond 8 p.m. in the evening, it's not possible. Okay. Now, another thing is, In case any of you are visiting Hyderabad, or if you plan to visit Hyderabad and spend a day or two with us in the office, getting more clarity on these concepts, or getting more inputs, or even practicing how to place trades in our presence, you can still do that. Let us know at least 2 days before if you're planning to visit Hyderabad and spend time with us in the office. Understood? And those of you who want to set up the one-to-one clarification meets, send across the email, not on WhatsApp, not on the phone. As you know, we provide support through email. Namrata, please send a request on the email specifying your date and time. If you need it today, specify the date and time, and my colleagues, either Shaileja or whoever is available, will get back to you. We will, if required, contact you on the WhatsApp or phone. Understood? Yes, Raman. Those of if you intend to travel to Hyderabad, it is absolutely fine. Just send us a request email mentioning at least 2 or 3 tentative dates, and looking at our schedule for travel, etc., we'll let you know. This month, we are available in office till the 23rd, that is Wednesday. I think 23rd is 24th, that is Wednesday. And we will be out of office through the weekend. We'll be back to office only on the coming Tuesday, that is the 30th June. So if any of you plan to come and visit us in the office in Hyderabad, please plan it after the 1st July. After the 1st July. Okay. Any questions you can ask me now. We are done for the day. Whatever I wanted to explain, I have already explained. You understood the investment needed for each. You understood the kind of content inputs we provide as part of the recommendations. You also understood the possible returns on each. Got it? Accordingly, you have to assess your risk profile and decide how much capital you want to invest. Right, guys? We are done for the day. If you have no questions, type NQ in the chat window and we'll call it a day. If you have any questions, you can still ask me. I'm here for the next 4 to 5 minutes. I think 1 or 2 of you do not have a trading account yet. If you do not have the trading account, you can open your account with any of the brokers, Zerodha, Upstocks, Fires, Done, any of them. And if you need some guidance, assistance in opening your account, even for that, you can request for a Zoom call. Got it? Now, Funny's question was earlier. The earlier question from Funny was how much investment is needed. Funny, I think that question is now answered. We have discussed all that. Sir, today's class, Narayanan says, can we get screenshots? I only explained the investment needed and the possible returns. Possible returns will keep varying. It's not written in concrete. We're not guaranteeing any profits, as you know. We are a SEBI licensed research analyst entity, and we only can provide recommendations. However, I've encouraged you to take screenshots. That is fine. Right? And if you need any assistance, Narayanan, on the email, please send us a request email. We'll be happy to provide more information. Now, Ranganathan is saying, example of ordering Amber stock. Yeah, we can do that. Why not? amber stock, since we already added amber here, you just have to click on buy, and you have seen here the quantity, which is what we already discussed, Ranganathan. The actual stock price is 7,889, but because it is intraday, you need to invest only 1,577. That's 20% per stock. Accordingly, you choose how much quantity you want, 1 or 10 or 100 or 1,000. That's completely your choice. And you can choose to buy or sell in intraday, which is what we already discussed, Ranganathan, isn't it? The process is the same. We are giving you the levels. So if you click on this amber chart, it will appear like this. We'll, as usual, give you buy above level, buy below level, sell below level. You just have to put in the values here. For example, let us say we gave you buy above 8,220. So you'll draw the line 8,220. And because it is buy above, use the green color. And let's say sell below level. Let us assume we are giving you at 7,900 or 7,950. So you will draw here the other line, 7,950, change into red color. That's how it is. And once you complete drawing the lines, you see here, this line, this candle has closed. In fact, it has crossed this buy sell below line. It has crossed the red line here, sell below. So that means you can take a short trade now. And your profit will be from this line to here, whatever targets we give you. In fact, if you look at this, 7,950 went down to 7,700, almost 200 rupees per share. Probably T2, T3 also would have been hit here. Only in the case of options, understand this, I'm repeating for the sake of all of you. Only in the case of options, you have to wait until we specifically give you the recommendation on the channel saying buy the call or buy the put. Till that time, don't take a trade. Only in the case of options. For the rest of them, we are giving the levels, you know when to take the trade, either the buy trade or the sell trade. Only in the case of options, we are giving you levels in the morning itself. Draw the levels and wait until we tell you to buy the call option or buy the put option. When we tell you to buy the call option, you place a buy order for the call option. And if you're an option seller, you place a sell order for the put option. Got it? If you do not know that, don't start with options now. Wait until you thoroughly understand. Understood, guys? Okay. So thanks then. Ranganathan, I hope this has clarified your question too. You understood, I guess. Ranganathan. Example of ordering amber stock we have discussed just now. Got it? So thank you, guys. Wonderful. It's very exciting, very interesting. And remember, today is 21st June, a very important date, one of the seasonal dates. Out of the 4 seasonal dates in the year, 4 plus 2, 6 dates in the year, June 21st is a very important date. June 21st is a very important date for the markets worldwide. Those of you who have been with us for the last 1.5 to 2 years, you know June 21st is an important seasonal date. I'm just bringing it to your notice. Recommendations you'll anyway receive from us according to the package you are subscribed for. Right, guys? Thank you then. We'll catch up probably. Next Sunday, we'll not have the class because, as I said, we are all traveling. Till Wednesday, we are in office in Hyderabad, and then I am outstation for at least 5 to 6 days. We are back only on 30th June. Right? We'll not have the class on next Sunday. If needed, we'll be in touch through the channel wherever we add you. Okay? So thanks, guys. The session will now end in the next couple of seconds. Thank you.